Hello and welcome. I am Chrissy. You found my YouTube channel, Chrissy Love, where I review fragrance. Today I am doing a niche haul. I'm talking about 4 perfumes I've recently received that I have been sampling and playing with that are all from niche houses. They're all pretty well received. Like, people really tend to like these houses and these scents. So I'm gonna give my 2 cents on them. Before I do, I post here twice a week, so be sure to subscribe and also check that notification bell so you get my twice a week videos here. I also post regularly my scent of the day videos to my Instagram and TikTok pages. So I'll also link those down below if you want to check those out. So without further ado, let's jump into my niche haul review. I'm going to start off with Nishane. And this is one that is a vanilla that people really enjoy. It's been very popular and duped many times as well. I have a sample size of all of these. I don't have full sizes of these. They're quite expensive perfumes. And honestly, jury is still out for me on a lot of these. Now, Nishane has top notes of ginger, bergamot, pink pepper, and green notes, middle notes of cardamom, blackcurrant, and Turkish rose, and base notes of vanilla, benzoin, sandalwood, cedar, patchouli, musk, and ambergris. It is definitely a vanilla forward scent, but when I first spray this on my skin, I get kind of like a lemon cream cookies feeling, which is actually really lovely. It reminds me a little bit of Guerlain's Shalimar, the Eau de Cologne, which also has this like sugar dusted lemon cookie kind of feeling, but this doesn't have that aldehyde smell that that one has. It doesn't smell quite as vintage, so that's actually really nice. But in the dry down, I wouldn't describe this as a vanilla exactly, but it definitely is sweet. But it has this kind of doll's head smell to it that is a little bit nauseating to me. Kind of like an artificial sweetness. But it's a really distinct vanilla. I've never smelled a vanilla quite like this. It's kind of like a vanilla bean vanilla mixed with a little bit of that like doll's head plasticky-ness. So it's distinct. I can see why people like it. I think it's just, for me, it's not quite the right fit. Performance-wise, though, it's excellent. It lasts on my skin. It projects. It's great. It's definitely a quality perfume. And I think it's more that my taste isn't aligning with it as opposed to it being a bad perfume. It's definitely not a bad perfume. But yeah, definitely probably going to sell this size. I might keep bringing it a little bit just to see if my tastes change a little bit or my nose kind of adapts to it. But yeah, that kind of like plasticiness that I get, or maybe it's like an artificial sweetness that I'm getting, it's kind of nauseating to me. So I'm not going to probably really pursue this one. Another one that I'm kind of on the fence about is Atelier Des or Lune Feline, the Eau de Parfum. And again, I have a sample size of this. And this has top notes of cardamom, cinnamon, and pink pepper, middle notes of ambergris, woodsy notes, styrax, cedar, and green notes, and base notes of Tahitian vanilla, Peru balsam, and musk. So when I first spray this on my skin, it kind of smells like smoked ham roasting on a fire. It has this like hammy protein type smoky scent, and maybe that's just me. Let me know if you've had this experience with this, but it's not off-putting. Like, it smells good because food smells good, but it's like really odd and not something I want to smell like. Now in the dry down, it gets a little bit better. It's more like a smoky buttercream frosting, if you can possibly imagine that. But that smokiness still smells kind of savory, kind of food-like, and it's just really weird. But I also don't really like smoky scents on my skin. They tend to really bring out the incense smokiness, and it's usually too much. Even when there's like vanilla in it or something, usually my skin just pares down the sweet stuff and brings out the smoky. So this one just isn't really a win for me either. But I'd love to know if anyone else has gotten that like protein smoke kind of feeling from it. Performance-wise, of course, it's excellent. It lasts, it projects, all of that. Yeah, so kind of an odd one. Not like disgusting, but just kind of odd. Yes, that is Atelier Des or Lune Feline. My final 2 fared a lot better for me, and this next one is from the house of Floris. Now, this is an old London house that started in 1786, and so I'm excited to dive more into these because this quality is fantastic, and I have Floris Honey Oud. So excited about this. It says top notes of honey and bergamot, middle notes of oud, rose, and patchouli, and base notes of oud, amber, vanilla, labdanum, and musk. And this is really pretty. So on first spray on my skin, it's a very dusty, dry oud. I actually would have guessed it was sandalwood. That's kind of like the vibe I get from it, but it has this faintest hint of honey in the background. And then in the dry down, rose really comes out. It's like this realistic, beautiful, fresh rose with this fresh, lively honey. It has this really beautiful blend of like sweet and bitter, which I think says a lot about the quality of the perfume, that it balances that so well and one does not really upstage the other. But it's lovely. It's just lovely. Like it's just the right balance of sweetness. It smells upscale, it smells quality, it smells beautiful, but it still has that comforting, beautiful honey in there. The longevity is excellent. It definitely lasted all day on my skin with just a couple of sprays. It had pretty reasonable projection. It was kind of a closer scent bubble, but I don't really have a problem with that. You know, this is one you want to spray on your scarf that like makes you feel like upscale but still cozy. So yeah, I'm gonna definitely pursue more of the Floris house. Let me know if you've tried any perfumes from that house and which you recommend that I kind of go to next. I would love to know. This scent came out in 2014, so this is not like a 1800s scent. This is like a modern scent. So yeah, I'm really excited to get more into this house. But that is Floris Honey Oud. Finally, I have the 7 Virtues Vanilla Woods, which also gets awesome reviews, and I actually really agree. It has a top note of pear, middle note of rose, and base notes of vanilla, caramel, and amber. And with those notes, like, how can you even go wrong? So on my skin on first spray, the pear really sits on top, and it has this like cooked caramel scent underneath it. Like it's been sitting in a pan, and there's the caramel and the pear in there, and it's almost burnt, but it's taken off the fire right before it gets burnt. It's like really heady and beautiful. It's a beautiful scent. And the dry down, that pear and the vanilla just blend really nicely together. So it makes this decadent sweetness that's really satisfying, kind of like a poached pear dessert feeling. This reminds me a little bit of Jean Paul Gaultier La Belle, but La Belle has this like sharpness in it that just kind of is off-putting to me. This is like a mellow, creamy, beautiful version of that. So it's really nice. And that vanilla, it's kind of like a vanilla bean scent. So it's not, it's gourmand in the sense that it reminds me of like a poached pear dessert. That vanilla actually is not like an overly sweet vanilla. It's like a really balanced, beautiful vanilla. So it reads as both fresh and sweet because of that balance. Performance-wise, it's excellent longevity, definitely lasts on my skin, and the projection is kind of a closer bubble, again, like the last one. But I really love this scent. For a pear scent, I think it really hits the mark. I think it's beautiful, and it also is going to be satisfying to someone who likes really sweet scents as well. So yeah, beautiful one for spring for sure. I mean, even now it's cozy enough for winter that I am really enjoying it, but I think it's also going to really blossom in the spring. So that's my last one. That's the 7 Virtues Vanilla Woods. I definitely want to get more into niche houses. I've been doing a lot of the commercial stuff, some celebrity stuff, but I just feel like there's so much more to dive into when it comes to niche houses, and they just keep propping up all over the place, which is really exciting. So yeah, let me know if you've tried any of these, what you think I should do next for niche or for the House of Floris. I'd be really interested to know if you've had experience with that house. But thanks so much for being here. Hope you had fun, and I hope you have a very beautiful day.